Matt, let me try take the second one. You broke up a little bit. You asked a question, I think, about the departure of acting IG Steve Ackert. He left to go back home. This happens. I don't have anything more to add to that. As for Iran, we've made clear, and I don't want to be too cute by half, our mission set is unambiguous. President's guidance is very, very clear. We're not going to let the arms embargo expire on October 18th of this year. It's one of the central failings of the JCPOA and a bad thing for the world to allow Iran to buy and sell. You've seen the comments in the press about a deal between Iran and China. There are nations lining up to sell weapons that will destabilize the Middle East, put Israel at risk, put Europe at risk American lives as well. We're not going to let it happen. And so we're using every diplomatic tool we have in the toolkit. I don't want to, as I said, I don't want to be too cute. We're deeply aware that snapback is an option that's available to the United States. And we're going to do everything within America's power to ensure that that arms embargo is extended. And I'm confident that we will be successful.
Okay. Let's go in the back to Christina.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Secretary. Can you talk a little bit about the decision to send Secretary Azar to Taiwan, what the message is behind this trip? And as you probably know, the Chinese Communist government says the visit endangers peace and stability, and it's sending the wrong signals and is urging for the trip not to proceed. What is your response to that?
So I won't say anything about the decision other than the cabinet members have traveled to Taiwan previously. This is consistent with policies of previous times. He's going there with a deep and important purpose. We're still in a global pandemic. He's going to go there and talk about Taiwan has had some significant success in how they've handled this. We have wanted them to be part of the conversations at the World Health Assembly that China has prevented that from happening. And so he'll go there and talk to them about public health issues as they relate to how we all move forward with respect to how we handle COVID and the opportunity for therapeutics and a vaccine has moved forward. And we welcome the expertise that Taiwan brings to that and have, I think, important conversations with them about that.
Last question, Takashi.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, sir.
So tomorrow and August 9th marks 75 years since the United States unleashed the first atomic bomb attack on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So could you tell us your opinion on nuclear arms control, including the future of New START treaty between US and Russia?
Yeah. So President Trump, literally since I first met him, first in my role as CI director, now as Secretary of State, has made clear one of his top priorities is ensuring that we don't have a really bad day in the world as a result of a nuclear weapon being used. And so we have worked along multiple fronts. For example, we left the INF treaty because the Russians weren't complying with that, and that was that had the risk of being destabilizing, because when you have an arms control agreement and only one of the two parties is complying, you have created strategic risk. But in the last handful of months, we've been working diligently to get the three nations that have the largest nuclear capabilities, the United States, Russia, and China, to have strategic dialogue about how we move forward together to decrease the risk to the world that these massive weapons are used. And we've made progress with the Russians. We've had two good gatherings. I hope we'll have one before too long. And we are hopeful that the Chinese will choose to participate. We think it's in their best interest. We know it's in the best interest of the world. And for nations that assert they want win-win solutions, that they want good outcomes, that they want to be a player on a global stage, they now have moved to a point where they need to, like the United States and Russia, be prepared to engage in conversations about how you create a strategic situation that reduces the risk that nuclear weapons will be used at any time or any place, anywhere in the world. I hope they'll participate in that. We hope the Russians will urge them to participate in that. We hope the whole world will come to understand that it's very important that those three nuclear powers with significant resources and capabilities will all come together to create a more robust, more stable strategic situation with respect to the risk, not only of the use of nuclear weapons, but on their proliferation as well. Great. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you.